Good evening, Superintendent, board member, staff, and those of you in attendance and online. I am in support of President Trump's and the Department of Education to ban biological males from female sports. The fight for Title IX rights has finally taken hold in our nation. With the California Board of Education opposing this executive order, I call for your board to write a resolution in support of the President's ban for biological males in girls' sports. This is more proof that this governor is ruining the Department of Education and the lives of our youth. Now is the time for this county to stand up for our rights and reject the radical gender ideology that is destroying the youth of today. I ask your board to lead the way in Kern County and show the governor we support Trump's common sense leadership. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Good evening. Hey, I would like to encourage the board to get a resolution that would back Trump's protecting the young women of Kern County, actually the United States, but here in Kern County. I would like to see something in writing that would stand against the liberal agenda to push the men and women's sports. It's only mediocre men that get into women's sports because they have an advantage there. They can't make it in men's sports. So, and for those that just really have always said, quote unquote, follow the science, just food for thought, 10 men, 100 women on an island. In 100 years, you have a surviving society. Different scenario. 10 men, 10 transgender women. In 100 years, you have 110 male skeletons. It doesn't fly. Their science doesn't work. So protect our women and our young ladies of Kern County by making it firm in our system here in Kern County that we will protect the young ladies from males in their sports. Thank you.
So just to give you a little background on the original language of Title IX, no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, which meant originally interpreted to mean biological sex, male or female, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subject to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance, which ties compliance to continued federal funding. So this is the legal background or the backbone of the Title IX protections. It applies to all education institutions, K-12 and higher, that receive federal funding, including nearly all public schools and most colleges. This wording was interpreted by the Biden administration to include protections based on gender identity and sexual orientation. The Trump administration has taken a strict traditionalist interpretation of Title IX, focusing on biological sex and excluding transgender girls and women from female sports and spaces, meaning restrooms and locker rooms. The Department of Education and the Department of Justice have begun investigations into states like California, issuing 10-day ultimatums to strip awards and reverse results involving transgender athletes, threatening to withhold federal funding from non-compliant institutions. And on April 28, 2025, the U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights, OCR, ruled that the University of Pennsylvania violated Title IX by permitting a biological male, and you might have heard of this person, transgender swimmer Leah Thomas, to compete in female sports and access female-only intimate facilities. Just last week, on July 1st, the University of Pennsylvania reached an agreement with OCR to ban transgender women from female sports and intimate facility. Intimate facilities is just, like I said, the bathrooms or the locker rooms. There might be others, but use biological-based definitions of male and female, consistent with federal executive orders, restore women's swimming records, and issue personalized apology letters publicly reaffirm Title IX compliance in athletes or athletics. Leah Thomas's official school records and titles at UPenn were actually stripped. So OCR determined that the California Department of Education, the CDE, and the California Interscholastic Federation, the CIF, they have violated Title IX by permitting transgender girls to compete in female sports and use female-only facilities. It issued a resolution agreement demanding biology-based definitions of male and female, restoration of awards to female athletes, apology letters, and annual Title IX compliance certification. California was given 10 days to agree or face enforcement. Just today, both CDE and CIF formally rejected the resolution agreement with legal backing from Governor Newsom. As a result, Secretary McMahon plans to sue Governor Newsom. So that's where we are with Title IX and California. So did we get a chance to make copies of those as sample resolutions that I emailed you? No. Okay, so I will provide those to you, or maybe the office can provide copies of those sample resolutions. So districts all across California, both county districts and school districts, have written resolutions explaining their stand in alignment with the Trump administration and their interpretation of Title IX. That's what I'm bringing forward to this board, because I realize that the students that we have direct jurisdiction over do not have organized sports, and we're not part of the CIF. But at the same time, I feel it's vital for us as a county board to take a stand in California, and other boards like Orange County have done the same, just to let our governor know this is where we stand as a county education board and as a community here. So the wording, I won't go into all the details because I think we'll be able to draft something between now and the August board meeting. But basically, it's stating that the Title IX of the Federal Education Amendments of 1972 was enacted to prohibit sex-based discrimination. So it describes the background, and then it says, this is Orange County's. Orange County Board of Education affirms its unwavering support for Title IX and calls on athletic governing bodies to uphold its protections by ensuring fairness in girls' sports. And be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be forwarded to Governor Newsom and the California State Legislature and the California Department of Education and the California Interscholastic Federation. So just informing everyone involved where we stand as a county board. So at this point then, I would like to request that we add this item, the resolution in support of Title IX and fairness in girls' interscholastic sports on the August agenda as an action item.
Okay, we'll put it on the agenda for action item, possible adoption. And in the meantime, did you want to write up the resolution, or did you want county council to do that?
I'm good with maybe county council, and then they could send me the first reading of it, and yeah, before the meeting. I really like the samples that I sent. They're all pretty much the same. So it's clearly written out exactly where they stand. So yeah, if that would work for me.
The language of what you've got there, that's the, you said it mirrors the language of Orange County?
That was Orange County that I just read. There's also Western Placer Unified School District.
Has any of this passed legal muster yet, or has it been challenged?
It has not been challenged. No.
Resolution. So
No resolutions have been challenged.
Okay.
yeah, resolution won't be.
It won't be challenged.
Because this is a resolution. If the policy is.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
But
they
it-
could actually say whatever they want to, but they can't challenge it. So
Yeah.
They'll
And
just
it
know
was
our stance.
effective. I'm sorry.
They'll just know our stance.
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
And like we did before with the resolution, it was effective in making our stand
It was very effective.
public, you know. So, yeah, thank you for that.
Okay, so we'll put it on the agenda for August. Is
Thank
it
you.
already August? Oh, my gosh.
I know.
So I missed last month's meeting, but I watched it online, and then I got a phone call that resolutions do work. So we wrote a resolution for AB 84. I was told we flipped 23 people's mindset for our resolution, so I thought that was pretty cool. Other than that, it's been kind of a quiet summer. Things have been kind of quiet, but I thought that was really neat that we actually, our county board sent in a resolution and it actually was read and considered. But I do want to say there is a lot of stuff out there, people. You know, you can go online and look. Your voice needs to be heard. A lot of stuff going on in education. So try to be aware about it. Let your voice be heard, sign petitions, make phone calls to your assemblymen, your women, your senators. We can't lose our children. You know, we can't lose our children. That's why we're all up here. You know, and that's why other people run for boards. So if our resolution got read and considered, your voices get heard and your signatures get seen. Oh, that's it.
Thank you.
AB 84, as mentioned earlier, is in the third reading at the Assembly,
Yes.
so it's not over yet. So just informing you on that. And then there was a lawsuit recently that was resolved, Mahmoud v. Taylor. On June 27th, 2025, the U.S. Supreme Court delivered a landmark decision affirming that parents have a constitutional right to shield their children from LGBTQ plus materials in public school classrooms when it conflicts with their sincerely held religious beliefs. Schools must provide reasonable notice and opt-out options for concerned parents. So just for parents listening in, if you don't want your child exposed to the LGBTQ material, there's a way to opt out. There's a form on the website faith-freedom.com. And you can request that your child be exempt from exposure to any instruction or materials on gender identity, sexual orientation, or other related topics contrary to their faith.
Outstanding. There's a number of members of the board here. They were attended when Sonia Shaw came to town at Odell's back last weekend. Was it last weekend? Yes, it was, wasn't it? I'm talking about she's running for state superintendent of schools.
Public
And-
instruction.
Public instruction. Okay, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Thurman's.
Yes.
Thurman's.
Yeah, for Tony Thurman's spot, and that was just a reiteration, but a very, very good reiteration of what actually is going on here in California, and the strong opposition to AB 84 and AB 89. So I thought that was absolutely marvelous. I've had a chance to talk to a number of. We had the New California State Convention last Monday and Tuesday, so we had a chance to go ahead and talk that up a bit there with representatives from all the counties. And this is a real life movement, and it's going to win. We're going to see normalcy return, if I can use that word. Is that an appropriate word to use these days? Normalcy.
You have permission.
To education and remove the confusion and the animosity and the hammerlock that the California Teachers California Teachers Association and the California Department of Education has on all the public schools. I mean, when you think about AB 84 and what a struggle it is to keep from having a very, very important educational component in this state just completely quashed at the whim of large federally funded organizations. This is really, really important. So anytime you have a chance to talk about this with people, if you're so inclined, talk for it, talk against it, but talk about it, get it out there. Make sure that everybody knows about this. It can't just be something that they see in the paper one day, hear on the news during a news cycle, and then all of a sudden forget about it. Because as Lori said, it's in third reading in the Assembly right now. So, yeah, this is going to be monumental when it passes, and I think it's going to pass in such a way that everybody on this board would approve.
In addition to what everybody else has stated about AB 84, it is going to be heard on July 16th at 8 a.m. in the hearing office. It's going to be heard by the Senate Education Committee. They did set it aside for a special order of business. They're going to isolate the bill and put it on the agenda first thing. That way they will have plenty of time for everybody to say what they want to during the hearing. So there are people that will be traveling up there and speaking on that throughout the state. So that will be something to look forward to on July 16th. And if it's yesterday was the last day it was amendable, but if it was amended or if it is amended in the Senate by somehow, it will go back to the Assembly for another reading and approval. So it may be a good thing if it goes back to the Assembly. So we'll see how it goes.